I just like, being down Lex, and again, kind of having a weird lineup that guys were just able to step up and really make plays. I thought Cooks, Jared, and Bryce were just phenomenal, just spacing the court and going one-on-one.
Kevin, we've seen Kadari have a big game. We've seen Bryce have a bunch of big games. But for them both to combine for 49, what does that do for your offense, and how much more dangerous does that make you guys?
I just like the fact that Cooks was being aggressive, getting to the rim.
That's Kadari?
Yeah, it's Kadari. Sorry. I thought we kind of got a little early in the second half. We settled for some jumpers, and I thought he was. We just needed someone getting and being aggressive, getting to the rim, and I thought he played physical and aggressive while Bryce was out there with him. We've had both of them out there at times, and both of them have not been aggressive at the same time. And I thought with both of them out there, they were both aggressive, which I thought, put a lot of pressure on their defense.
As a coach, when a guy's going like Kadari was and he has 17 straight, is it just giving the ball?
Pretty much. It's pretty simple. It's what I like about this team is, everyone knew he was cooking, so it was just get out of his way and let him go, and he just had a really good rhythm.
Kevin, all year you've been saying that you want to get that combination of Richmond on the court with Bryce. Would you be doing that more often now, or are you just going to play each individually?
Yeah, we're definitely going to get them out there together. Them together at Butler, that lineup when they were in the lineup, they were plus 14 together. I didn't get my lineup analysis yet, but I'm sure it's going to be something good. It gives guys a chance, the other guys a chance to kind of to be able to have guys create shots for them, which is really nice. Bryce had 7 assists. I thought he passed the ball really, really well in the first half. And that's kind of been one of our issues is, sometimes we get stuck doing a little bit one-on-one. And today we had a good one-on-one, aggressive one-on-one, and we made some good passes.
Kevin, you did IT Tyrese back again. Can you quantify just how valuable they are with this team and this line?
Yeah, there's not too many teams that can roll out a 7'1" guy, a 6'11" guy, a 6'9" guy, and a 6'9" guy. That's been our strength all year. Everyone looks at the guards and Jared, and rightfully so, but I can go 7'1", 6'11". I can go 6'8", 6'9", and play and space you out. It's been our strength. So to have them back, Tyrese was phenomenal. I couldn't believe he played 17 minutes. He's been stuck in Canada in an apartment for 10 days. So just to get them back, it just gives us a chance to play physical, and at the same time we can go small at times. And Trey Jackson, hits 2 big threes to start the game to kind of get us back into the game. So our front court has been our strength all year.
Kevin, what did you think of Roden's defensive play there at the end of the game still?
Well, Jared had the flu. Jared's had the bad luck. Don't go around Jared. He's had COVID. Now he's got.
Came in here.
You're using his microphone.
That's all right. I just gave him a big hug. At this point, whatever he has, I have. It's a great thing. It's why I laugh about this whole COVID thing. It's like, let's use 2 buses so we don't catch COVID from each other, but then we're going to be in a locker room for 45 minutes and we're going to be in a huddle. They're spitting on me. And I'm like, okay, but let's use 2 buses because that's going to stop it. No, I think Jared's played at an extremely high level all year. And I think he's getting back into the groove of, again, he had a tough little battle with COVID too. So I just think, he's one of the best players in the league. So whenever he's out there, he's doing something good.
And every opposing coach who comes in here says the same thing. Seton has a lot of weapons, a lot of guys who can beat you. But how do those guys function so well together? That just doesn't happen by accident.
No, I think they all understand, this is their last rodeo. It's Lex has never played in the NCAA tournament. Jameer's never played. Cooks had a good run last year. My guys want to get back to where we were. So I think that goal and the understanding that there's some guys that on any given night are going to get it going, and when they have, we're going to let them go and support them. So I think that's kind of the common goal. It's what we talk about as a team, and again, you got a guy like Ike who's extremely unselfish and plays defense really, really hard and sacrifices some offense for the greater good. So they all work really well together.
Kev, now that you got you said after you lost the first two, you would be where you wanted to be at the end of the season. Now you got your whole team back. You're going out on a 2-game road trip. Just, how optimistic are you kind of long-term for the league that you got everybody back?
Well, yeah, we have a tough 2-game road trip. DePaul's playing great. I know they're 0-3, but they came off a COVID pause themselves. They're up 7 in the first half. And Marquette's playing really well. Marquette's playing. I watched their Georgetown game last night. They're playing terrific. But we were 9-1 before we got shut down. Beat Texas, beat Rutgers, lost to Ohio State at the buzzer, won at Michigan. So I like this basketball team. If we can get back in a rhythm, which we're not yet, but if we can kind of get back into a rhythm, like I said, I wasn't worried about losing the first two.
Just a couple more.
Coach, you saw two of the best players of your tenure achieve some really fantastic milestones today, Miles Cale and Jared Roden. What does their achievements mean to you as the coach?
I don't know what their milestones are, so I apologize.
Miles became the all-time leader in games played for Seton Hall, and then Jared scored a stop on point.
Well, I've talked about Miles Cale 1,000 times. He's been he's one of the most consistent, one of the best players that I've ever coached. I know what I'm getting every night. I never worry about Miles Cale. He's a superior young man. He's a great teammate. He's a phenomenal defender. And Jared Roden went from being a center in high school who didn't shoot to he's probably the hardest worker I've ever had to being a very, very high level player. And I think the best thing about both of them is they're both high level people. And I think that's why they've achieved what they've achieved.
Last one, Steve.
Kevin, does the intensity of this game and the crowd and everything show why this can be such an important rivalry?
Yeah, Danny's as good a coach as I go against all year long. It's why I wasn't happy that they came in the league. It wasn't anything, I know I made a wise-ass comment about, it wasn't anything. I don't want to go against Danny twice a year. Danny's the way he runs his program, the players he gets and recruits, and the level he coaches at, it's a high-level program, and he's a high-level coach. So it's great that our games are battles. I think they're going to be battles because we're very similar. Danny's and I's personality are very similar. We're very intense. His teams and my teams play very similar, both physical. They rebounded the ball phenomenal tonight. They're always going to be a high level. They always are. That's just the way Danny is. He runs a phenomenal program. So when coaches say they don't want you in the league, it's probably the biggest compliment you can get because they don't want to go against you twice.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Very